Welcome to the complete data analyst career blueprint. In this video, we will talk about the exact blueprint that you have to follow step by step if you want to become a data analyst. So now what is happening? The current situation is that the people are confused about how to become data analyst. People know that data analyst is a key, data analyst is going to be a future because data is everywhere. People are a bit confused because they don't know about how to make a career. They are learning Excel, they are learning Python, they are learning SQL, they are going through multiple YouTube tutorials, but after 6 months they are still not a job ready person. So in this series, I'm going to break down about a clear structure 6 phase roadmap that will tell you about how to start your career if you exactly want to become a data analyst, what all things to do, how you are supposed to do things. We will talk about all those things here. So this series is going to be a very important series. Without wasting much time, let's go into detail, guys. Without Before moving ahead, the first and the most important thing we all know, as I said, this is a career blueprint. Do not assume it to be a tutorial series. I'm not going to teach you about the formulas here. We will talk about a career blueprint, the actual blueprint that will help you to get a job. And this series will be divided into many phases. If we talk about phase one, we have kept core foundation as phase one. Then we'll talk about phase two. In phase two, you will learn about BI and visualization, what all things you should do in that. Then in phase three, we will talk about Python for analysis, what all things you should learn in Python when it comes to becoming a good data analyst. Then we'll move on to the key part. Again, it's a phase four and it's a business understanding. It is very important for a data analyst to understand a business, and then they can make the data accordingly speak, and then the management will take decisions. So phase 4 is also very important. Then we'll talk about phase 5. It's going to be again a very important phase, because here we will talk about projects. We will talk about projects, which projects to prepare, how to prepare. Then we will move into phase 6, and that phase is going to be job readiness. So we will actually talk about resume, interviews, job application strategy. So all these 6 phases will be divided into a couple of videos. For your betterment, we will be making a couple of videos for this. Step by step, you can watch all those videos. So this video one is going to be an introduction phase, introduction of all these phases. And at the same time, we will also talk about the phase one. Guys, before moving into that, I want all of you to understand how does a company, how do people work, how the flow happens in the company, how the data flow happens in the company. In real companies, the flow is very simple. SQL pulls the data. The data is generally stored in databases, in MySQL, PostgreSQL. Can be stored somewhere, and then SQL pulls it. Then once the data pulling is done, Python analyzes it, and once the data is analyzed, Power BI, Tableau, this business intelligence tools, they try to make the sense out of data. They present it in a format that a business person should understand it, and then the decision making part comes. So this is the overall flow. There can be a few twists and turns, some few eliminations from this flow. For example, a company might use directly a database, then the SQL for pulling the data. Then they can directly sync Power BI to their SQL, and they can start directly making representations there as well. Because Power BI also have some of the tools, some of the functions which can help you in doing some data cleaning and basic stuff. DAX functions and all these things are there. So some people may also eliminate Python, but this is the overall flow which I just said. SQL, it pulls the data, then Python to analyze it, then Power BI and business intelligence tools to present it, and the business understanding, business decision making comes in. So if you understand and keep this flow in your mind and prepare to work for fulfilling your aspiration of become a data analyst, then things will definitely be working for you. Okay, if you follow the same roadmap consistently, you can realistically become data analyst in 5 to 6 months. So you have to sincerely follow what we are going to talk about. Now let's move on. We'll talk about the phase one. There's the foundation, as I said. The foundation is the most important things for the beginners, as far as anyone. It's important thing. But most of the beginners, they underestimate it. They directly go ahead, try to work on the data, try to make some presentations of it. But if the understanding, if the foundation is not strong, then the people will struggle. So before making dashboards, before Python, before machine learning, it's very important for you to build your foundation. And how do you do that? Okay, we have covered this in the phase one. It's about all becoming comfortable with the data. Data analyst, data. You have to analyze the data. You have to become comfortable with the data before actually drilling on to Python and start making things out there. The first thing is Excel. As then we will talk about SQL, then we'll talk about basic statistics. So these three things are supposed to be there as a part of your core foundation. So what all things we'll learn in Excel? What all things you should learn in Excel? Guys, Excel is still being used in many companies, so do not underestimate it. So do not underestimate it. It's very important for you to know Excel. It is being used in many companies. So what you should learn then? Let's start with VLOOKUPs, and nowadays XLOOKUPs are being used. So we start with your VLOOKUPs. Learn how to relate the data from one place to another, how to pull the values from one place to another. So VLOOKUPs, XLOOKUPs are very important. Learn this. Then you can move on to pivot tables, how to make pivot table, how to get understanding about how to represent the data. It will give you that. Then if you talk about conditional formatting, different terms, different things, what you want to see, how you want to highlight the colors. So many things will come into conditional formatting. Then we'll talk about basic data cleaning, removing duplicates, sorting, and all those things. So all these things should be understood by you. The basic thing, the basic goal is that you clean up your data, you clean up your messy data and extract insights from that. This is your basic goal. Then we'll talk about SQL, guys. So now SQL is very important. Why is it important? Because SQL is where actually the data lives. Okay. But what do you learn in SQL now? What do you learn in SQL? It's not only about just doing the crude thing, crude operations. It is there. It's the basic thing. It's creating, reading, updating, and deleting. It is the basic thing. Okay. You have to know that. You have to learn that. But your focus should be on SQL when it comes to analysis, the clauses, the phases, the all these things like select, where, group by, then how to join different tables, queries, how to run subqueries, then some of the Windows functions. You have to know this particular thing very importantly. Then it is when you can confidently speak with your data. You should be in a position to ask questions to data confidently using SQL. Then after that, we'll talk about business statistics, guys. Basic statistics. Now, you do not need a core mathematics for that. Basic things that I will tell you, you should follow that, you should learn that. Just understand mean and median. Then talk about standard deviation, then correlation, then basic A/B testing ideas. It's good enough. It's good enough for you to interpret patterns. You should not jump directly into data. If you jump into data and try to present things that if you don't know the basics, basic statistics, then you will struggle. So go ahead and start with this. And if your foundation is weak, guys, every advanced tool will feel difficult for you. So master this phase first. So we'll leave you with this particular video, with this first phase now. And in the upcoming video, we'll talk about the video 2 about business intelligence tools and Python. So we have seen how things flow, interviews, everything, how things are happening by in the background, why people are getting rejected, why what things people are lagging, and then putting all these things into picture, we thought of putting it together so that we can have a blueprint that can help people getting and becoming a job, getting a job as a data analyst. So start following, look for the video too. It will be coming soon, guys. Take care. Cheers. Follow